族旅游的永续发展。作为这一次高峰会主办单位之一，紧接着我们将邀请John Barrett领袖委员上台致辞，欢迎John Barrett委员。
We now would like to invite Mr. John Barrett to come onto the stage to deliver remarks.
WITS 是来自澳洲、加拿大、纽西兰、瑞典、美国和尼泊尔等等国的成员所组成的。而组织的核心是透过旅游来呼应并且落实联合国原住民族权利宣言。让我们欢迎委员。
谢谢，今天很开心有John Barrett委员来到台湾。Now the floor is yours, please.
Which time we instigated the establishment of the World Indigenous Tourism Alliance, WINTER. And that alliance came about through a gathering of 126 countries and indigenous nations on Larrakia land in the Northern Territory of Australia. From that time till today, I've been absolutely in awe admiration, observing Ben's dedication, his enthusiasm, his wisdom, and the absolute commitment to progressive development of Indigenous peoples and communities and nations through the vehicle of Indigenous tourism. Ben's mark will be visible in many parts of the Indigenous tourism world over the coming years, through the emergence of stronger and more capable Indigenous tourism communities. For us here at WINTER, Ben's passing is immeasurably sad. In our Māori culture, and I know many Indigenous cultures follow similar law and customs, at times like this, we acknowledge those passing to their next phase of life, and we commend them to join those ancestors who have passed on to the next world. And then we address those of us still living in this world to join together with those remaining to continue the tasks left to be completed. E te rana tula ben, e hoa, ai arai, Papa World to WINTER, World Indigenous Tourism Alliance. Areki awaki nui, awaki o, awaki pāma. Ai. Kāpati hono tātai hono, tātou ki a rātou. Kāpati hono tātai hono, tātou ki a tātou. Ati hei mai ora. Our distinguished hosts, Icyang, Chenji, Chimai, and other auspicious guests representing civic nations and other jurisdictions in the Pacific and across the world. Warm greetings to you from the World Indigenous Tourism Alliance, family of Indigenous tourism organisations and operators from many parts of the world. And represented here today we have 26 countries represented. And I'm particularly pleased to see and hear from some of our Pacific Island nations, many of whom will be the subject of the things we talk about today. We gather here today in Kaohsiung to celebrate our indigeneity, in the spirit of Indigenous hospitality and Indigenous culture. We will be shown, and we have already said, and for those of you who were at WITS in Perth in 2023, the glimpse of colour and culture we got in Perth, we've just witnessed again this morning. And thank you for that. And we also acknowledge the conference identity, TULU 2024, as has already been noted, representing number 3 in many of Taiwan's Indigenous languages. And this event is, of course, the third WITS to be held, following the inaugural symposium in 2018 in Aotearoa, New Zealand. We have come together as Indigenous communities, all with vital interests in the impacts, the benefits and risks associated with the business of international tourism. Through sharing and exchanging ideas across various topics, we will collectively explore how to better engage Indigenous cultures, natural ecosystems, to provide local perspectives and guided interpretation, and to, importantly, to share the economic, social and cultural benefits brought about by tourism. We will address the critical issues that affect not only the present, but more importantly, the future of our planet. We must talk about the intersection of climate change, cultural preservation and tourism growth. Specifically, we will focus on the concerns and challenges faced by international Indigenous communities in light of these phenomena: climate change, cultural preservation, tourism growth, other things that are important to us. I'm enthusiastic and confident that great outcomes will result from our time together here in Kaohsiung. Those of you who attended WITS 2023 in Perth might recall the enthusiasm with which the 600 delegates in attendance unanimously adopted the Waiata Declaration that was signed at that gathering of 600 international Indigenous tourism delegates. I am disappointed to report that since WITS 2023, our sector has made only modest progress towards fully developing the principles of the Waiata Declaration. And in that space, it's clear that international visitor numbers are recovering quickly. There's good and bad in that. Demand for our tourism products, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, have gained spectacular momentum around the world. However, it is not obvious or apparent that we are giving effect to those principles that underpin the two declarations. Firstly, the Larrakia Declaration that was penned in 2014 and the Waiata Declaration in 2023. What can and what should we be doing about this? Are we really committed enough to the principles of those declarations? I sincerely hope that through the course of TULU 2024, we can be activated to not only embrace and enjoy the hospitality and beauty of Taiwan, but also be stronger in our commitment to ensuring we make meaningful progress as Indigenous nations and communities in that field. I'm sure that many of the speakers and contributors here over the next few days will invigorate us to give full effect to the principles so strongly advocated internationally for many years by our late friend and Winter founding chairman, Ben Sherman. On behalf of the Winter team, the Winter side of the organising committee for WITS TULU 2024, we thank the organising committee for their great and well-organised work, and we wish all delegates here in Kaohsiung a very productive and enjoyable conference. Nō reira, whānau, tēnā koutou, hui hui mai tātou katoa.
那刚刚呢是我们所有来自纽西兰的这个代表团哦，那他们都是毛利族人，然后刚刚他们遵循毛利族的传统，在他们自己族人致辞结束之后，用Waiata用歌谣来支持他们自己的族人。